Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video I've been so excited to make. It's all about my first trimester and my pregnancy. I just turned 14 weeks pregnant. I don't know if that's the saying. I don't know if you say turn, but I am 14 weeks pregnant now, and I'm gonna go over my first trimester, how that was for me, and all that good stuff. But first, if you are new here, please subscribe and like the bell so every time I post, you guys will know. And I'm going to be posting more because I just want to talk about my pregnancy, and I'm probably going to talk about that here versus on Instagram, like I will my Instagram stories. But here will be more in depth, and you can follow me on Instagram too if you don't, at Lauren Eva Sheriff. And let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so I actually put everything down on my phone because I didn't want to forget anything about my pregnancy, and I feel like when I try to wing it, it just is so confusing and goes all over the place. So I'm just going to use my phone and we're going to go from there. So like I said, I'm 14 weeks pregnant, and I'm going to quickly tell you how I found out I was pregnant. I do have a full blog post, which I'll link if you want more details, but I actually found out I was pregnant a week before Christmas, and I was 5 weeks pregnant when I found out, and I found out a day after my missed period. So what had happened was I had gotten off my birth control in August just because it wasn't working for me anymore, and like, this is not going to be a video about birth control obviously, but man, like I felt so much better after I got off my birth control. Like my mood, like I just felt like a new woman, if you will. Anyways, that's for another time. But I had gotten off in August, and we weren't trying to get pregnant. I was like tracking when my period was going to be, so because of the app I was using, I didn't know when I was going to ovulate. So we were like also trying not to get pregnant, so we would just avoid certain days and whatnot, but we weren't being overly cautious. So obviously that's how I became pregnant. So that's kind of how I got pregnant, and so it was unexpected but very welcome, so we're so excited. So I found out a day after my missed period, and what had happened, I know I keep saying that, that's something my husband always says, what had happened. What happened was, day after my missed period, I told Kais, who is my husband, I'm like, should I get a pregnancy test? And he's like, no, like, you're probably not pregnant. Just if you're still like late by tomorrow, this was Friday or Thursday. Or no, sorry, the story is going all over the place. So on Wednesday, I hadn't had my period, and my period was pretty consistent. It's been late a couple days a few times. So he told me, you know, why don't you just wait till Friday? Sometimes you've been late, like in September, the previous September, I was late by 2 weeks, and I think that's because I just had gotten off my birth control, so my cycle was all messed up. So anyways, he told me just to wait. So I was like, okay, I'll wait till Friday. I feel like that's probably fair. So the following Thursday, so that was Wednesday, when I was supposed to get my period, Thursday my period still hadn't come, and I was working out and I felt like really sluggish and really off, and I was like, something just doesn't feel right, and I was like, should I get a pregnancy test? So I Amazon primed, which is the best. I Amazon same day primed pregnancy test. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll take one like before, like I'll surprise Kais or whatever. But I can't keep any secrets from him, so I was like, I bought a pregnancy test, and he's like, oh my gosh, seriously? But I was like, no, I'll take it on Friday. It's already Thursday, so whatever. So that evening, which is Thursday evening, we were about to take our dogs for a walk and then come home and have some spiked hot chocolate, and I had the pregnancy test like sitting on the kitchen counter. So when I got back with the dogs, I kind of looked at it and thought, you know what, like, I should probably just be extra safe and just take my test. We're about to drink alcohol and just, you know, let me be safe. So I took the test with zero expectations, and even before I used the first response, so even before the 3 minutes, which they tell you to wait, there was 2 pink lines. One of them was very faint, not like very faint, like you could see it, but it was there, but it was kind of fainter than the other pink line. And I called over Kais, and I was like, and we both just stood and stared at the test. Like, it wasn't like those like sweet moments like you see on YouTube. Like, we were just like, wait, like, is this real? And I didn't really believe it, so we're both like smiling and just staring, but we were just like not sure if we should be excited because we're like, is this real or not? So I didn't have the spiked hot chocolate, but the next day I took another test and that came positive. I actually took 4 in total, which when I went to go confirm my pregnancy, my doctor thought I was insane to take 4. I'm like, I feel like I've seen so many people on YouTube do it, but they're like, okay, if you get 1 positive test, like, they're so reliable, home tests, you're pregnant. But anyways, I ended up taking 4. So that's how I found out I was pregnant, and I found out I was pregnant at 5 weeks, and I had really no symptoms that early, except I felt a little off, and actually that week itself I had like this metallic taste in my mouth, and that would probably be like 2 signs that I would probably know next time I got pregnant. But like I wasn't like the metallic I thought was weird, but I didn't think anything of it. And the sluggish, like sometimes I'm just really tired. It was early in the morning when I was working out. But now that I look back at it, like it's a total sign that I was pregnant, and those were my first symptoms in first trimester. But let's jump forward to when like the symptoms actually kicked in, because they didn't actually kick in until probably, I would say not week 6, maybe week 7 is when I started to feel like all the first trimester symptoms. So the first symptom that I didn't get really bad, which I have heard people are like, oh wow, you've had such a good pregnancy, was morning sickness. So I'd wake up with slight nausea in the morning, like super slight, and if I had ginger ale with real ginger and some toast, I'd be fine. Like that was it. That was all my nausea. There was one day in week 8, it was a Tuesday, I remember, that I was the most like I had ever been, and it was horrendous, and I was trying to get work done and I couldn't get anything done, and I was like, oh my gosh, like how do any other woman deal with this? But I was so fortunate that I only had really, like, it was literally just 2 hours of bad morning sickness, and that was it. Like I never got bad morning sickness after that, just a slight nausea every morning pretty much, and as soon as I ate and drank ginger ale, it was gone. So it was really good. I never threw up or anything. I did though get really bad pregnancy acne. That was the worst. My pregnancy acne was the worst. So I've never dealt with never dealt with acne. Even in high school, I've always had pretty good skin. Like I'd get breakouts here and there, but not acne. And I was getting like, it's cleared up a lot. Like I have one breakout, but I was getting it, you can kind of see I was getting so much acne, like here, and it was just so much, and my skin is still like recovering from it. I'm wearing makeup obviously, so you can't see the marks, but I've been using a lot of vitamin C, which has been helping a lot. But I had really bad pregnancy acne, and there is nothing you can really do. I found that I was trying to use more clean products and do less with my face, which actually I thought helped a lot. And I can do another video with the products that I use for my pregnancy acne, because I think sometimes like naturally, well, when you're pregnant you can't use as much anyways, but like naturally you just like want to try all these new products and like, you know, just see if it'll work. But I found when I toned down the products and had a more basic routine, my skin actually like calmed down more. Plus just with time it just got better. But I think I might do another video with what I used, but we'll see. So pregnancy acne was horrible, but only on my face. I've heard some people got on like their back and chest and stuff. Like mine was just on my face. And I also got fatigue really badly, like really bad fatigue. And I think most women in first trimester do too. So it wasn't like anything abnormal, but I was exhausted by like 4 o'clock in the evening. I'm not joking. I was ready for sleep, and Kais gets home around 4, and we take the dogs out for a walk every evening, and I'd be like, just like dreading going outside for a walk. So tired. I would literally just come home, and from like 5 until like bedtime I would just lie on the couch, like log and watch TV, because that's all I could do. And everybody was telling me, just, you know, do it, like just rest, don't like force yourself to like do more. If that's what your body needs, you are growing a little human, just rest. So I did just listen to my body, and I took some naps, which I'm not a napper. I took some naps, and, you know, I just listened to my body. So if you're in first trimester right now, just listen to your body. You might be like, I feel so lazy, because I felt like such a lazy bum because I was always on the couch. But that's what your body needs, and it's telling you that. So just rest and listen to your body. And then now, like I would say the past week, since week 13, I've been getting my energy back. I get tired now by like 9:30, but I feel like that's more reasonable. Like I have more energy to do things. I can wake up early again, because like I work from home, so I'm fortunate. I could sleep in a little bit longer to help myself, but now I'm like kind of getting back into a routine, starting to feel like myself again. So that's been really nice. Okay, so cravings and food aversion. So first trimester was horrendous for food aversions. Like I can, and still cannot, but it's gotten slightly better, cannot stand the smell of anything home cooked, like home cooked meals. Like no, like Kais has been eating out or sandwiches with me for like 2 months now, because the thought of home cooked foods, like the smell of the oven and like garlic being sauteed or onions being chopped, like just was not working. And I'm a type of person, like I love eating. Like I eat a lot of different types of food. My husband is a chef, so I eat tons of different food. Like I'm not a picky eater. Like I will pretty much eat anything put in front of me to an extent. So I was really shocked. I've been eating like basic food that I used to eat when I was a kid. So think like plain white pasta, mac and cheese, peanut butter and jam. I've been eating a lot of Jamaican patties, a lot of McDonald's, a lot of Big Macs, to be honest. Like super basic foods, cheese strings. And yeah, especially first trimester, I've actually started to get a little more adventurous now in second trimester. Cheese strings are a second trimester thing. I've been eating yogurt, I've been eating figs. Like I've been trying to I feel like I didn't get any good nutrients for first trimester, so I'm really trying hard now to get like all my nutrients in, since I feel like I have more of an appetite. As for cravings, like I thought I would have like one craving and be like, I need that now, but it hasn't really been like that. My cravings have been changing weekly. I've been, okay, this is so weird, but I've been craving iced water. Like the thought of iced water is like so delicious to me. Like I'm thinking of it now and I wish I had it beside me. I'm so thirsty. The thought of iced water is like, oh, it's like everything. I love it. Fruit, iced water. I was craving actually chicken. Well, this is second trimester, not really first trimester, but whatever. This morning I woke up craving chicken nuggets with the sweet and sour sauce. But I was craving lasagna first trimester, pizza, like a lot of bad food, to be honest, but it would change every day. But fruit has been consistent. I've been like loving fruit. I always like fruit, but I've never like eaten so much fruit in my life as I'm now. I'm a huge vegetable person. Like before I was pregnant, and I cannot eat vegetables. Like the thought of eating a piece of broccoli, like the texture, and I'm not a texture person either. Like I said, I'll eat whatever. Like the texture of broccoli is disgusting. Like I cannot eat it. I had it in some vegetarian sushi a couple of weeks back, but like just by itself, I just cannot eat. So I've been avoiding vegetables, sadly. But I'm gonna try to, like, I feel like I'm only in week 14, so as my second trimester goes on, I'm gonna try to incorporate it if I can. Oh, like way early in my pregnancy, like I was super bloated. Like week 5, I remember being like to Kay, since this is my first pregnancy, I'm like, am I showing already? Because like I was so bloated. It hurt. Like, it might have hurt, that's a little dramatic, but it was like really hard, you know, when you get bloated and it's like super hard. My stomach was so hard that it was uncomfortable to sleep on my side, and like I was probably really bloated from week 5 to probably like maybe like week 7, week 8, and then the bloat started to go down, and then I was like, oh, I don't even have like a bump, or I'm not showing. And then I noticed like a little bump started to come week 11, maybe week 10, but like tiny. But maybe I'll show you guys what I look like. It's like still like a few people are like, oh, you look like you're showing, but I don't know, I feel like I see myself too much, so I can't tell. But yeah, being super bloated was one of my very early signs at week 5. And as for like hormones, I think I've been pretty consistent. Like I'm a pretty like, I don't show a lot of emotion, to be honest. Like I'm not an emotional person. So I've found that I've been fine. Like I would say I'm the most emotional with my husband probably, because if he does something that annoys me, I feel like I get irritated faster than I normally would. Like I just don't have that like grace. I'm like so annoyed if he doesn't listen. But I feel like that's toned down so much in second trimester. The only things that get me really emotional was I was watching the weddings in Love is Blind, and I wanted to cry, but I didn't cry. I got teary-eyed. And then if I watch like birth vlogs, at the moment the baby meets the mom, I'm like it's, I guess, I mean, I'm excited to meet my baby, so that could be why. But I'm not really that emotional, I would say. So yeah, I think pretty much, this is why I have this, because I was gonna say like, oh, I think that's it. But my clothes stopped fitting me a long time ago. Like some other pregnant mamas that I'm watching, like they're like, week 14, like my jeans are finally not fitting. I'm like, my jeans haven't fit since about like week 7. I had one pair of jeans that fit. No jeans fit me. I'm wearing leggings right now with this top, so it's interesting, but I need to go buy pants. I have had a hard time buying pants. Like I sized up in jeans, but even sizing up, like I just don't like how it feels around my belly. And like it might feel fine when I'm standing, then I'm sitting, and it just feels so restrictive. So I might look into getting some maybe maternity jeans soon in the next couple of weeks. But I've been living in just like leggings and stretchy pants and trousers that are like high-waisted, that go around my waist and not like, doesn't feel tight on my belly. But yeah, my clothes really haven't been fitting. I've been sizing up. The one thing that still has been fitting, but I think I'm almost done fitting, is my bra. I have one bra that's comfortable, and I wear that every single day. I need to go buy some new bras. It's still like, it feels like right now like just uncomfortable and makes the girls really itchy. So that's not a first trimester thing because I wore this. I literally wore one bra first trimester. I should have bought another one, but it is what it is. Okay, and I think there's only one more here. Oh, weight gain. So one thing I want to do is like be very apparent with weight gain, because I like to hear the truth when people are talking about their pregnancy. And so like there's no point of saying you don't know how much you gain, because I feel like everybody does, because you go to the doctor, right, and they tell you. So far I gained 4 pounds in my first trimester, and I'm really surprised I only gained 4 pounds, because one of my first prenatal appointments with my doctor, I was like so worried. I was like, I am eating everything. I had a 1.5 foot sub, not joking, like a full foot plus another half sub week 7, and I was eating everything inside. And I'm not like saying like healthy things. I wasn't eating like I was eating fruit, but that wasn't like what I was eating a lot of. Like I was eating a lot of carbs, like tons of bread. All the bread. I was eating a lot of fast food, but like my body was starving. So I would eat like, I try to eat like modestly, like, okay, let me have like some fruit, but then I'd be like starving. And so I'm like, I just started to give in and said, okay, I need carbs. So I started eating carbs, and I was so fearful of like all the weight I was gonna gain. So I'm like, I'm eating carbs, but my doctor said, listen, like, it's gonna be okay as long as you're not being like silly. Like if you're getting up 3 o'clock in the morning eating a sundae and a bag of chips, like, you know, that's one thing. But if you're listening to your body and you're starving, you're eating like when you're starving, even if it's a lot of carbs, you should be fine. And that was in first trimester, and she was absolutely right. I only gained 4 pounds in my first trimester, and I'll let you guys know how much I gained in my second trimester. I've slowed down on my eating. Like I'm still hungry all the time, but not the same extent, okay? Like first trimester, you are starving. Like you will eat and then you're like think of one time where you're like just super hungry because you maybe skipped a meal or something, and then double that by 10. I was like in pain. I was so hungry and I get so mad at Kai. So I'm like, you have to feed me now, like I'm starving. And like he'd be like frantically like trying to get me food because I'd be in pain. That lasted probably like, that kind of hunger lasted a week, like that painful hunger. And then I was still like super hungry, like still starving, not like painful starving, but still starving. And like I just ate. Okay, so if you're in first trimester and you're like hungry all the time, just listen to your body. Just like my doctor said, like I never had like a sundae and a bag of chips, but I was like, if I was hungry and I needed a sandwich and then I needed like a second sandwich, I ate it. And I was concerned, I'm not gonna lie, like I was worried about my weight gain, but I only gained 4 pounds. So I'm here to tell you that you know, just listen to your body and be somewhat reasonable. Like I wasn't eating a lot of sweets though. Like I wasn't like filling up on like chocolates or cake or anything. It was like once in a while I would have sweets, obviously, I'm not gonna lie, but I was filling up mainly on just like bread and like, I could just get pasta. Like I would have for probably a whole month, I had a full box of Annie's mac and cheese. And no shame, I'm not gonna lie, that is what I eat for lunch for a month. And it might seem like a lot, but if like one day I felt bad for eating that much, so I skipped eating a full box and ate a half, and it was the worst decision I made. I was so hungry. So that's just the truth. That is what first trimester is like for me, and I'm so excited to be in second trimester and to get a little bump. And I'm gonna actually try to show you guys my bump. We'll see how this goes, because I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if you'll be able to see my bump, so let's see if you can see anything. Like I said, I'm wearing leggings, and I'm gonna, so that is my bump. And I'm wearing the TNA. These are actually the small, and they're actually really comfortable. So if you're looking for leggings, I'm wearing like the I don't know what these are called, but the smaller ones. And it's a size small, and it fits my bump, and it's not tight around the waist, so highly recommend. But yeah, that is my 14 weeks. That is my 14-week bump. And thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions or how far along you are in the comments. And I'll do an update at the end. I guess when I'm in third trimester, I'll do an update of my second trimester. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.